Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be talking about really easy holiday lessons that you can implement during the month of December when you are just like in concert mode. If you know, have like this group's doing a concert but that's not doing a concert, or you got field trips, like you just got all the things going on and you don't really have the brain power for, you know, big fancy lessons. So let's talk about some really easy but still fun music lessons that you can do with your kiddos. These are in absolutely no order. I didn't even write anything down, so it's gonna be just kind of like, here we go. All right, so number one is gonna be for your littles, and that is Up on a Housetop. Up on a Housetop is just a really simple song, and we use some actions and the kids just love it. So it goes, up on a housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who would go? Ho, 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 who would go? Up on a housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. So that's a really easy one you can do as like a warm-up, have the kids do all the movements. I also have movements for the other two verses if you want to check out the video that talks all about Up on a Housetop down below. And with this one, we like, and this one actually has a half note in it, so I use this one with the like second grade area because, you know, half note is usually when I'm working with them. This year I'm not, so I'm not actually using the song with them, but it's a really fun one. You can pair it with a book that has to do with Santa Claus, and just all sorts of different things to go along with that. And yeah, so song, easy peasy. Number two is gonna be a singing game you can do with your kiddos, and this is 5 Fat Turkeys, which yes, technically is more Thanksgiving-y, but I always tell them Miss Davis eats turkey for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, although personally I would prefer to not eat turkey for Christmas, but you know what, it's okay. My family is, we always have turkey, and I'm like, why? We just had turkey. Anyway, so we do 5 Fat Turkeys for November and December, and it's a really cute counting down song. So it goes, 5 fat turkeys are we slept all night in the tree, when the cook came around we couldn't be found, and that's why we're here, you see. Then when it's after Thanksgiving, I'll ask the kids, I'll be like, okay, Jonah, did you have turkey for Thanksgiving? And I'll be like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so we had 5 turkeys, and then Jonah ate one, and now there's only 4. And I don't know why, they just think it is so funny, and they all want you to ask them if they had turkey for Thanksgiving. It's hilarious. It'll keep them entertained forever. Then after that, we'll do that a couple of times, and then I'll go over the piano and play it, and then we will play like a freestyle type game where the kids tiptoe around while I play, and then whenever I stop, and I'll do it like mid, you know, and I'll usually do it like at the end of a phrase, but it could be any of the 4 phrases. Then they have to freeze, and if they're moving, then the cook will see the turkey moving, and then they will be out. Super fun, also a great way to keep them entertained, and since it's tiptoeing around, it's pretty quiet, which is always a plus in my book. Well, I guess we're doing littles first because I just did 2 things. Oh, gotta get the Christmas tree. Why are you carrying your collar? If you're new around here, I got a new dog, and she's quite a thing, and she is obsessed with this collar and keeps finding it and carrying it around. It was outside. You want to take it back? Okay. So I guess we're talking about littles since we did all of those. So next up for littles is going to be sock skating. This is one of our favorite things to do in Christmas time, and so I'll bring a bunch of socks that I have that are like just, you know, my old socks, and I always wash them, of course, for anyone who doesn't have socks on, but they just take their shoes off and we skate around to the beat of the song. We'll listen to Winter from Vivaldi, we'll listen to Sleigh Ride, well, you know, pretty much anything will work, and usually the kids will tell me that it's like the best day ever, even though it's really simple. Now, if you have carpet, then you can't slide like on linoleum. So if you have carpet, then you can do paper plate skating, or you can do like laminated snowflakes, or just laminated paper or anything like that, and that will work as well. That's not a toy. That's not a toy. Here. Next up for the littles is books that are songs. how I'm gonna phrase that. So I have a couple of different books that are all like Christmassy songs. So I have I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I have Frosty the Snowman. I have a couple of those. And so we'll use those books to learn the words to go along with the songs. And then we will do the songs, you know, and learn the songs and have a great time. So that's an easy one you can do with the littles. Another one, last one for littles, is There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bell. This one is a really cute There Was an Old Lady, and basically we just use the jingle bells, and at the end of, and I tell them every time I say bell, then they shake their bell. Moving on for more of like the 3rd grade area. For 3rd graders, one of my favorite things to do is walking in a winter wonderland. We usually listen to the Michael Bublé version. We learn all the words and we just add really simple actions that are, you know, very intuitive, like sleigh bells, we do sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. And there's a good like instrumental part in the middle where they just like walk around, and it's super simple, but it's really fun, and we do that pretty much every year in 3rd grade and they love it. Next one for 3rd grade is gonna be dreidel. I actually use this 3rd, 4th, 5th, like any of those grades always have a really fun time with dreidel. So we learn the dreidel song for Hanukkah. Learn about Hanukkah, and the dreidel song goes, I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, dreidel, 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 then dreidel I shall play. They're not very exciting movements, but that is what we do. I'm gonna go give her an actual toy and not a collar to chew on. This folk song is really simple. It has a couple different verses that you can learn, and the kids pick it up really quickly and they love this song. It does have a quarter rest in it. We were using it to talk about single eighth notes, and then we also play dreidel, obviously. So I just got a pack of dreidels off of Amazon, and I use little bingo chips as our gelt. If you're not familiar, how you play it is everyone gets an even number of gelt. You can traditionally use coins, you could use candy, you could use marshmallows, you could use cut up pieces of paper. We use like bingo chip type things, and so everyone gets the same amount. Everyone puts one in at the beginning of the round, and then you spin the dreidel, and depending on what you land on, there are different things that happen. So if you get Gimel, then you get everything. If you get Hay, then you half the pot. If you land on Shin, you put one in. And if you get Nun or None, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, then nothing happens. You don't have to put anything in, is what I was telling you. You don't have to put anything in. And so those are the 4 different things that can happen. If at any point the pot is empty, everyone puts one in. It's really simple, and 3rd grade is a really good age for that, where like they can understand those things pretty well and have a really good time with it. So like we actually played that this morning. They loved it. It was a really great time, and you know, goes along with the song, and it's really easy for you because you know, sing the song a couple times, teach them how to play, and then they can pretty much go for it. After that, I just put up like a poster on the board that shows them. Actually, I use the one out of my Have a Little Dreidel Google Slides that has all the information on it. Now, next one I usually use with 3rd grade as well is Oh Christmas Tree. And so we learn the song Oh Christmas Tree and go through that one. They pick it up pretty quickly. It's one of those that they usually are familiar with. And then after that, we do a Christmas tree relay race. And with Oh Christmas Tree, what I used to do is I would do a decorating race. So like if you've ever been to a bridal shower and they do like the wedding dress game where you like, you know, use toilet paper to like dress up someone as a wedding dress, we do that with Christmas tree. So I just give them like a whole thing of supplies. Someone stands there as the tree and they have to decorate the tree while we sing. Really simple, really silly, really fun. This year what I'm doing is I'm actually using it with 4th and 5th grade, and so I have these little rhythm ornaments, and yes, they're in my TBT shop, or they will be soon. And so the little rhythm ornaments I have all over the ground, and so we sing the song, and one person from each group comes to like the starting line. We sing the song, and then at the end of the song I say a rhythm that's on one of the ornaments, and whoever's in the front, whoever's going for that group, has to come down, find that ornament, and then go add it to their tree. So I just made a bunch of trees on like big, you could use bulletin board paper. I just drew it on chart paper to decorate their tree. And so whoever has the most ornaments on their tree at the end is the winner. And so it's a really fun, simple thing. You could even have them like tape it to it. But yeah, really fun. And then that way you can practice rhythms, you can have them tape it to it, and then they can play the rhythms on instruments, you know, all the different rhythms that they have acquired. Just really fun and really simple, and they, you know, enjoy anything that is a game and anything that is competitive. So that's a good one for you. Since we're now into 4th and 5th grade, let's talk a little bit more about them. One thing that we do every year is the 12 Days of Christmas. I love this song. And so with this song, I usually go through, and most of them are fairly familiar, so I'll show them the different, I'll say, you know, this is a song about someone giving a gift for 12 days of Christmas, which some cultures do instead of doing, you know, one big day of gifts. And then I'll show them each one. So I'll say on the first day we'll do this, and then we do, you know, on the second day, and then I'll sing through a couple of them. They figure it out pretty well. And then what we do is we come up with actions for each one of them. My favorite way to do this is to have like a chairperson for each of the different actions. So like we come up with an action for partridge of a pear tree, and if you're the one who picks that action, then you come up to the front and you are the partridge in the pear tree. And everyone does all the actions, but then you can point to the kids as it goes through the song, which makes it really easy. Alternatively, you could just have them, you know, choose something and everyone do it at their seats, but it's much more fun when you do it that way. Along with that, I like to have them come up with their own version of the song, where they come up with their own 12 gifts, and we sing My Mother Gave to Me instead of My True Love Gave to Me. And then we also do activities like drawing the different gifts and things like that, which are great to leave if you have a sub. Speaking of things that are great if you have a sub, one really easy Christmas thing that I would be remiss if I didn't mention is coloring sheets. So Color by Note saves my life, and pro tip, go ahead and just print out a whole bunch of Color by Notes, because I don't know about you, but for me December is full of field trips and concerts and weird things that happen because schedules change, and like it's just always crazy, and I always find that I end up needing something the kids can do easily, either for a sub or with me, just like, here, do this and be quiet, basically. And so I always keep a lot of, and so I actually just printed a ton of Color by Note activities that are all like wintry, Christmassy themed. And so we go through those and have the kids like color as they go. Highly recommend, very, very, very helpful. I will link, I have a free set, and then I have like more in-depth sets with lots of different rhythms and stuff. So I will link those both down below in my TPT channel. Next up with the older kids, March from the Nutcracker. This is one of my favorites. So what we do with this, the first thing we do is we listen to the song, and we're actually using the play along that goes in my Nutcracker virtual field trip. And so we use the play along body percussion that goes with that, and there's just different things for each action, for each section. And then we put it on the parachute. So with the parachute, we do, oh gosh, so with the parachute, we have a pretty simple thing. I'm trying to remember it now. I think the A section is walking and then side to side on the the B section, we go up for 8 and down for 8 slowly. And then on the C section, we do little teeny tiny ripples. And pro tip, anytime that you're doing the parachute, always start it with either just hands or scarves and then move to the parachute. So this is really fun, really simple thing that you can do, and it will take up a whole class or even 2. So highly recommend that one. I love that one with the older kids, and then you can talk about the rondo form and all of that. Another fun one that is pretty simple is the song Sleigh Ride. There's lots of things you can do with this, but my favorite is the bell passing game that I do with 4th and 5th grade. This is a freebie. I will link to it down below. But basically, I feel like now I'm just telling you all my favorite things, but it's okay. Basically with this one, we take our bells, and on the A section we're passing. Now this year I changed it. I used to just do grab, pass, but I found they're much more successful if you do 1, 2, 3, pass, 1, 2, 3, pass, because some kids have a hard time passing quickly, and so that gives them like enough time that we can all pass, and it was so much better. So definitely changing it to that from now on. On the B section, we do like a figure 8 situation, or you could have them toss and catch. I've done that in the past too. And then on the C section, we kind of match the music where it's like, there's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray, because yes, there are words to that song, by the way. So we start quiet and like crescendo, and then we clap. So it's like, Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, just like that. And then on the C section, we just do like shaking to the side and then like horse neigh, and that's basically the gist of that. I will link to a whole video about Sleigh Ride and all the different ways that I use that in my classroom down below, but that was my favorite. Now, since we did talk about the Nutcracker, I do want to mention that one of the best and easiest things that I have done recently is that I made that Nutcracker virtual field trip last year, because this year it made my life so much better, because literally my 3rd graders are going to see the Nutcracker. So like we're doing Nutcracker craziness and I have basically not had to like do anything. I've just been like, here, go for it. So the Nutcracker virtual field trip that is in my TPT shop is super in-depth. It goes really in-depth into all the different music. We talk about the stories and the story and the characters. Talks about Tchaikovsky a little bit. We talk about all sorts of different songs. There are video play-alongs for like everything. My goal was basically like, you're stressed, you're worried, so just throw this up, click the button, and that's all you have to do. And that's literally all you have to do. So it'll be like, all right, we're gonna learn about March from the Nutcracker. Here's what the form is. This is what, you know, we're gonna do. And there's like body progression play along. There's a cup passing game. There's a couple of rhythm play alongs. There's like listening questions and analyzing music questions. There's lots of really good stuff in there. So definitely go check that one out, because it is like the easiest way to have your holiday lessons ready to go. Like, yeah, you know, I think it's probably the product I'm the most proud of. Probably. Anyway, moving on, 2 more things. The next one is rhythm manipulatives. So just have different holiday themed words and have the kids come up with different rhythm patterns that go along with those words. So have them like composing with the different things. That's something you can make yourself, or you can purchase it down below in the link in the description. And last one is also going to be a product, and this is one of my favorites that I do every year as well, and it is ornament composing. So I have ornaments of different sizes with different meters in them, and the kids can write in their compositions. What I like to do is on the bulletin board, I'll make big trees out of bulletin board paper, and then I'll have the kids write on the small ones and then decorate it. I use that as a grade to assess, like, do they understand beats per measure, time signatures, that kind of stuff. And then I put it up on the bulletin board, and it's just a really easy way to, you know, get lots of kids' stuff up on the board, and they love seeing all their ornaments up there. I have them like decorate them and make them really pretty, and it's just a really fun thing that we get to do at this time of year. And you know, those little traditions make a huge difference. And those little traditions really make a huge difference, because the kids really do get used to it and get excited about them. The very last thing I want to mention is a holiday sing-along / dance-along. So my favorite way to do this is honestly just to make a YouTube playlist that has songs with words up on the screen, and I tell them they can sing, they can dance, and we just kind of go for it, and it's a really great time. I do find if you only play half of the song, it's usually more successful because they're just a little bit more into it. Jingle Bell Rock is one of their favorites I have found at my school, so we always do that one. Always include that one. I'll include anything that we have learned, because then they already know it, and that makes it extra fun, and just, you know, there's just lots of things you can do. So holiday sing-alongs, that's usually how we end our week with all of the holidays, and it's really great. Really great. It's easy for you because you basically just like play the videos and go, and fun for the kids because, you know, who doesn't love a sing-along, right? Okay, this video was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your easy holiday lessons down below. Think like you're stressed, you got a lot going on. What can people do to simplify their lives? Let me know down in the comments. I need some help because December's gonna be crazy. We haven't had any concerts or any field trips since 2019. And I'm about to have a concert and like 4 field trips. I'm taking 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, all on field trips. And then my choir is going on too. So I'm freaking out a little bit, but gonna be fine. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time, and good luck to you with December.